Hey guys, what's going on? Russo here, bringing you guys what could potentially be the last episode in the road to the 1 billion rune dragon tab. Thank you guys so much for all your support on this series. I really do appreciate it. I know the uploads have been very sporadic, but these will actually be very close because we did wait so long between the 700 mil tab and the 900 mil tab. So we have finally hit our mark of 1 billion GP in a singular tab for Rune Dragons. I'm very excited about that. So we will go ahead and we will jump in there. But first of all, guys, we did end off with 32,495 kills in the last episode. We're going to go ahead and read the mural here in Lithgren. We are now at 33,010 kills, which is a difference of 515 kills. So from the end of last episode, which I believe was around 970 mil, to today's episode, we did get an additional 515 kills. So really cool. It didn't really take that long to get up to 1 bill. We actually got very lucky. We got another unique. And what I really want to do, guys, is propose to you is if you are interested in what I want to do is kind of do a math video. So I want to see if the drop rates that Jagex proposed are actually the ones that I got through all of my kills. So what I will do is take the kills I started with, take the kills I ended with, find out how many kills it took me to actually get to this point, which is a little bit above 21,000, and then we'll actually do the math from there. So that could potentially be the 10th episode of this series. Unfortunately, we didn't capture the 800 mil mark. We only captured the 700 mil and then the 900 mil. So that is something that I really would actually like to do and can potentially do that. And then I can actually go through my videos and find out how many uniques I actually got. I was kind of keeping track of that on a piece of paper and a notepad on my computer. But unfortunately, once we, started to kind of pile them up, and I wasn't always on my computer playing, I was on a laptop or I was on my phone. Unfortunately, that kind of got lost in the mix. So what I can do is go through all the other episodes and see how many uniques I got, and then we can kind of go forward from there. And I can kind of give you a perspective of what it actually took to get the 1 billion kills. Are we actually meeting the drop rate? And is Jagex correct when they went ahead and said what these drop rates are? So without further ado, guys, we did reach that 33,000 kill mark for the Rune Dragons. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the bank. Let's see what the final tab looks like so you guys can see that. And more importantly, guys, let's go ahead and sell these items. So here is what the 1 billion GP tab does look like. This is going to be the final tab that you guys will see during this series. I'm super excited about that. As you can see, we have this tab just looks unbelievable. I mean, look at all the runite items in the first row. Look at all the dragon items, the amount of runes that we've gotten, the amount of herbs that we've gotten, the dragon bolt tips, the dragon bolts themselves. It's very cool. I'm super excited to show you guys this. We almost got 4,000 runite ore. I mean, 3,600. And obviously, as you guys know, we have been selling off our uniques for platinum tokens. Now, I actually got a tweet when I tweeted this picture out. Why did you sell off all your uniques? The picture would look way cooler if you had actually kept all of them. So I would like to address that, even though I've kind of addressed that in previous videos. The reason why we keep selling our uniques off every single episode is because the uniques actually get devalued as the time goes on, right? So more people do Rune Dragons, more dragon limbs, more dragon metal lumps, and even visages come into the game and the price actually drops. Now the problem is, especially with the dragon limbs, is that there's so many of them in the game at this point, they've actually dropped significantly. So when you used to get a drop for a dragon metal lump, for instance, it was actually valued at 10 million GP versus now when you get a drop for a dragon metal lump, it's valued at around 3 million GP. So Rune Dragons have been out for quite some time now. All the uniques have really dropped. So every time we tried to do the 100 million increment video, we actually would take these uniques, make them into their perspective items, and then actually sell those on the Grand Exchange and exchange those for platinum tokens. So I just kind of wanted to clarify that in case any of you guys had any questions. But let's go ahead and let's do one final walkthrough of what this absolutely beautiful tab looks like. So first and foremost, we will start in the upper left-hand corner, 229,000 platinum tokens. That's the equivalent of 229 million. We will be making these dragon limbs into a dragon crossbow, and then we'll actually sell that to the Grand Exchange to add to that platinum token stack. 20,699 dragon bones. As you guys know, we stopped picking up dragon bones as frequently once we kind of, once the meta kind of shifted in the last couple 100 million GP that we put into this tab. 21,468 runite bars, 12,010 runite maces, 11,000 or rune maces, 1,133 rune scimitars, 1,316 rune longswords, 1,141 rune warhammers, and 1,446 plate bodies. So that top row is absolutely beautiful, guys. I mean, the runite bars is really what's kind of driving a lot of this value. So if we go ahead and examine the runite bars, I mean, we are talking 267 million GP from this tab is featured in these runite bars, which is really, really, really cool, actually. So we made more off of the runite bars, which drop every single time we kill a runite dragon, rather than, or a rune dragon, excuse me. We made more off the runite bars than we did off the uniques from the dragon. So really, really, really cool, really interesting. I always thought that was, you know, pretty powerful. I mean, it's 12,000 GP every time, at least guaranteed from these rune dragons every time you kill them. So something that I kind of took to note. And that's something that I really did enjoy. And, you know, obviously that's very powerful, right? So a lot of GP there. I mean, over 500 million GP, or roughly around 500 million, just from the bones. You know, let's actually take a look at what the bones are worth. So just from the bones, just from the bars, and just from the uniques, we had, you know, half of what our tab is actually worth. So really, really, really cool. You obviously get bones and bars every single time you kill a rune dragon. So that is extremely cool. And that's something I'm very interested in. So we're actually able to get a white stack of one of our runes as well, over 130,000 chaos runes. To be specific, 130,598. So a little bit close to the 131k. Unfortunately, we didn't get the white stack for the deaths or the wrath runes, but still very, very, very cool. So another cool thing that we did is we actually were able to get every single unique throughout this whole entire journey. We did get 2 visages, and I believe we got a numerous amount of lumps and limbs. Like I said, for next video, I will actually go ahead and I will determine how many I got throughout this entire journey and see if we actually met that drop rate. So, but yeah, guys, this is the final 1 billion GB tab. What I'm going to do is go ahead and make this into a dragon crossbow, sell this off, and then we'll actually add it in here. And then we'll kind of walk through it a little bit more, and I'll kind of give you the plan on how we're going to sell this. All right, so we do have our dragon crossbow in hand. We're going to go ahead, exchange it with the grand exchange, and we're going to actually just drop it by the 5%. And see what it actually sells for. So it sold for a total of 4.105 million. I'm very much hoping that this actually still brings us up to that 1 billion point. That was kind of a concern that I was, you know, waiting on, but we're going to go ahead and go into the bank here, deposit this into the tab, and see what it actually brings us up to. So we are still holding at that 1 billion, as you guys can see now. We do have some platinum tokens, 233,639 platinum tokens. So let's get into how we are actually going to be selling this tab. So in order to utilize this tab and make the most money out of it, what I'm going to do is actually take all of the runite items and the dragon items, and I'm actually going to be high alching them, whether it be on this account or one of my other accounts. And then once I get that giant cash stack, we will actually be transferring those into platinum tokens, and we will show the 1 billion GP in platinum tokens, which will kind of tie off this entire series, and we will kind of go from there. So all the runite items you see in the top row, and then the rune legs, and then the dragon plate legs, plate skirt, and the dragon medium helm, we are going to be alching all of those. Now, as far as the runes, the bars, the bones, and everything else that you guys see in the tab, we're going to sell those normally. What I'm going to try to do is sell them at the GE price, whether that means leave them in overnight, or whether that means that we just kind of keep them, you know, kind of for safe keepings, and we, you know, just let them sit in there for a while. That's what we're really going to kind of go for. If they sell for higher than that, that would be absolutely excellent, which means we'll actually get more than the 1 billion GP. But really the end goal was to get enough GP to eventually invest into a twisted bow, and then take that twisted bow and then potentially go and kill Zoro with it, or to learn different bosses, do raids with it, and you know, kind of unlock a lot of different things for the account. So obviously this account will still be doing a lot of rune dragons in the future. Zoro is a lot more click intensive and a lot less AFK than rune dragons are, but Zoro does make, I believe, around 50% more per hour. I think it makes around 3 million per hour, versus rune dragons makes around 1.5 million per hour, potentially 2 million depending on how much supplies you use. So there's a lot of different things, and a lot of really, really, really cool things that you know, I'm looking forward to. Eventually this account will be back to rune dragons, but this will open up a lot of stuff for my level 3 as well. You know, once we can make a little bit more money with Zoro, or if we sell off the twisted bow, or whatever we kind of want to do, I can actually go ahead and buy my 200 million herb lore, which is really cool on the level 3. So for those of you guys who don't know, I also have a max level 3 account. There's some videos on this YouTube channel that actually do incorporate that max level 3, and a lot of the videos are actually mained on the max level 3. So very excited. That's kind of my main account, my pride and joy. So this account kind of funds that, but instead we're going to take that money, reinvest it back into an alt, and kind of go from there. So before we end the series, guys, I will show you guys the 1 billion platinum tokens, or the 1 billion worth of platinum tokens. So we'll catch up to you when we actually get there, and then we'll close out the series. So we have now sold everything in the Rune Dragon tab. As you guys can see, we just finished up selling the Dragon Bolts and the Rune Maces. So there it is. The deed is finally done. Over 1 billion GP made from Rune Dragons, 1.002 billion to be exact. So we did get an extra 2 million, and that is because we did high alch a bunch of the items. So I just want to go ahead and scroll through a little bit of what we did sell and just show you guys that we did dump a lot of this in the GE. We did alch the plate skirts, the dragon plate skirts, the dragon plate legs, the dragon med helms, and the rune plate bodies. We also alched about half of the rune scimitars, but most of the stuff I really couldn't be asked to alch. It wasn't going to be enough money in the long run. So there's the dragon crossbow we sold earlier on in the video, and there's the nature runes that we did buy to alch all the rune items, but ended up selling a few in the GE here. So that is going to be it for the series, guys. Thank you all for watching so much. I'm so excited to finally be done with this. Like I said, I could potentially come out with another episode if you guys would like me to do that, where I kind of analyze the drop rate and if I actually met those drop rates and what Jagex is actually saying the drop rate is for those specific items, because I did get a lot of kills in this entire video. I believe it was over 21,000 kills between the episode 1 and today's episode. So very, very, very cool. I think I'm going to go do a couple of things. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy a twisted bow. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy 200 mil herb lore or 200 mil cooking for my level 3. I really haven't decided yet, but I kind of wanted to get this video done so we can finally use all this cash that we've been earning over the past couple of months, and I'm very, very, very excited. So before we do end the series, like I said, guys, thank you all so very, very much for all the support that you guys have given me all throughout this series. And just for good measure, we're going to go ahead and examine the platinum token. So as you guys can see, 1,2,517,000 platinum tokens. So pretty cool. So it's actually 1,002,517 platinum tokens, which is the equivalent of 1,02,517,000 coins. So very, very, very happy about that. Very, very, very excited. It's pretty awesome to finally end this series and free up all the cash that was in this tab. But like I said, guys, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And if you did enjoy this series or even this video, make sure you guys do drop a like. I really would appreciate that. Without further ado, we'll see you guys in the final episode, if there is one, or in the next series. Thank you guys very much, and have a good one.